latest episode of the Joe Budden podcast. He recapped his interview with Adam22, went off on Adam22, and talked to AD, who was on No Jumper. So I'm going to play this to give you my thoughts on it. Joe was giving it to Adam in that interview, but whoa, did he just go off on him when he's not interviewing with him. So let's check it out.
Adam meets a girl online that is 16. He didn't know she was 16. He thought that she was older. This girl came referred from friends, right? He meets the girl at 19. While she's 19, he wants to make that very clear that he meets the girl at 19 years old. I think they lose contact for a little bit. A few years later, they reconnect off a Facebook algorithm. Somehow they end up fucking. He stays at her mom's house. They fuck. And then years go by, and then she accuses him of rape. So his rape allegation is this same girl from the pedophile story. Yeah. I'm just giving you the
When did he
facts.
pop? How old was he?
He was older.
40? 35?
No.
Oh,
No.
in his 20s. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, he was in his 20s.
Because he said when she was 16.
I don't care when he
24 or
fucked.
something.
You dudes out there that be grooming 15 and 16-year-olds so you can fuck them later on, I think it's disgusting.
Talk about it. I always said dudes that like, oh, she 18 and now you could be. I think you just as fucked up. Because the only difference between 18 and 17 is a day. It's a month.
Yeah.
No, it's a day.
Yeah, you're right. No, I agree with you, bro.
It's a day.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
so I don't roll with that. I agree. You niggas is trash too.
But anyway, I tried to hold him accountable for all the things that we spoke to him about on this podcast, which is milking the hip-hop culture dry for every penny that you can and then making a pivot and disassociating yourself. And
Going to Nazis?
Bro, that is exactly what I've said.
And handling Nazi people with more care than you handle the rappers.
Yep. For you to have a whole staff of black people working for you, just to interview the Nazi in a polite way, like if you interview the Nazi, you should give him the smoke.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But if you laughing at slavery jokes or if you laughing at any negative thing that he's saying about a culture that represents what you've made your fortune off of, that is disgusting, my nigga.
Very disgusting.
And that is what I've been saying, that these white people have the privilege of discarding the black culture at their leisure once they up and once they rich.
But are we going to blame the black people that join him and participate in his buffoonery?
No.
We're not going to blame them.
No,
I'm not.
No, because at the time it wasn't that.
You don't know
that.
that person is that.
Yeah, it's not, he's not presenting, oh, by the way, as soon as I get on, I'm leaving all you niggas behind.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not going to say that.
You don't know
So,
that. You don't know that.
You want to make whatever call you want to make?
Yeah, for sure.
You guys are crazy.
You don't know that.
Crazy.
Why?
That's crazy.
It's a very nuanced story. I know it's tough to fire people, especially people that you have personal relationships with. I know that part is tough.
So did they quit or did he fire
they
them?
left.
Oh, okay.
He fired one of them.
The Lush dude.
Lush. He fired Lush on air. That's on YouTube.
Yeah.
You can see it. Everybody else left.
Ice,
All right, what's going on, bro? This is
my guy.
I'm calling you live on the air. For those listening,
We live?
we live. This is AD, who was formerly of No Jumper.
Yes, sir.
So we were just discussing what happened over there, and I said I wanted to give you a call so you could, put give your side out there, and you can tell us what really went down.
Yeah, I was listening to Joe yesterday too. He was cooking.
Thank you, man. I was on his ass.
He was slow roasted, man.
Oh, you went out?
Nah. I mean, where should we start? It was a lot of matter of fact, I'm just gonna cut straight to the chase. Adam, he has a real big problem with accountability. You know what I'm saying? I looked at him as a friend outside of the business. I had his back, and I feel like a lot of the reason why I was hired in the first place was, he knew my street connections, and he kind of leaned on that, and it ended up turning into like a a business relationship when he seen how many people in his audience took to me. And and as time went by, as I was growing, he pushed me to start streaming. He pushed me to start doing different endeavors. And once it started, becoming successful, I felt like he kind of, started looking at me a little different. And yeah, man, then, the power tripping started happening. And, once you playing with the guy's livelihood and shit like that, like, we sitting there looking at like, all right, look, we got to make sure that we straight just in case. And, luckily we started our own brands that were thriving and, certain deals was coming our way and everything like that, because in a situation like this, if we was dependent on everything, man, it's like our livelihood would have been cut off. Water would have been cut off. Just off the, it's like you get a toy, you don't want to play with the toy no more. So I'm about to go do this over here now. And, that's to break it down, that's kind of like basically what it was.
That's crazy. That's what I said, though. I said basically he gets the opportunity to just cut the culture off at his leisure.
Right.
And then he just said, yo, when you get a new toy, you don't feel like playing with the toy no more. You put it down and go get another toy.
Hey, D, you got any examples of this power tripping that you think was going on over there?
Yeah, it was, all right, so for instance, when the house phone situation happened, he was getting a lot of like backlash for it. And, we was telling him privately, like, hey, you're wrong for this. And, then we went publicly on the show that we got, and we was telling him, like, hey, no, we don't fuck with that. And I guess he was, like, super stressed out about everything. And we was on his ass about it. And he was just like, hey, I'm thinking about cutting all the shows off. We like, what you mean cutting all the shows off? He was like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know about doing this no more. And, I feel like cutting this. And we like, you just gonna cut everything off because the heat is on you, but when the heat is on one of us, like, it's all cool, it's all fair game. Like, we like, shit like that.
Have you spoke to him since, though?
I spoke to him. Yeah. I mean, like, look, I'm gonna keep it real. Just off the fact that, he put me in the game. He showed me a new way, man. I'm able to take care of my family and do something differently. Like, I ain't got no bad blood. Like,
Look at that real nigga sentiment that some other people out there clearly are lacking.
Yeah, I don't wish no bad on him. You feel me? If he needs me, I'm still here. He can call me and talk to me and stuff like that. Like, I'm cool. It's just,
just it is what it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Was the interview with the dude and all the stuff that surrounded that like the straw that broke the camel's back?
Oh, Richard Spencer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of like the timing of everything, and the timing of everything was just crazy to me. So,
what was the timing? What was the link between that and what transpired?
A week. Literally a week. So, I wasn't familiar with at the time. I wasn't familiar with like Nick Fuentes like that. And it was discussed that he was going to come on the platform and everything. Somebody suggested that, hey, I'll be in on an interview. And I thought, like, I can just talk and, try to get the issues out and stuff like that. And I didn't think I did a good job when it came down to the interview, because I felt like kind of that was above what the research that I didn't even do. And once that happened, man, I just felt like I let my people down. And I told myself, I was like, you know what? If anybody like that comes on the platform, I'm going to do my due diligence and make sure that I take out the time to get the facts right and be able to, properly debate them. And, once, Richard Spencer came over there, I think Adam tried to, pay Van Lathan to sit with him. And Van was like, I ain't sitting with him. And I know people suggested other people to sit with him, and he didn't want me to sit in there. He didn't want other people to sit in there on the platform. And once I seen it, a lot of people was calling me, Van included, was like, "Hey, what's up with this? You got 3 white guys. You got two white guys talking to a supposed reformed neo-Nazi, and they ain't giving them no pushback." They ain't talking about the issues and everything. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like at that point, I'm like, you know what? That ain't cool. Just because I'm on this platform, I ain't about to just, tuck my tail if I see some type of shit wrong. And I'm like, so I went on my show on Wednesdays on his platform, and I said, you know what? I'm holding you accountable, Adam. Anybody that don't like our people, don't fuck with us in any type of way. Hey, you feel me? You got a lot of minorities that work here and shit like that. I'm not fucking with that. I'm disappointed in this. And I ain't telling you how to run your platform, but you need to be more mindful.
Mm-hmm.
A week later is, hey, I think, for our friendship, you don't do the Tuesday show no more. I'm like, all right.
Yikes. Yeah, that's...
Okay, so I like the fact that Joe Budden went off and said, I think grooming and groomers and talking about Adam22. Then they talked to AD. Now, the internal drama going in over at No Jumper, I get why they're mad, but I also kind of don't get why they're mad. So Adam22 talked to Destiny and Richard Spencer. Now, he brought Destiny there to debate Richard Spencer, but it's hard to debate someone who claims to be a reformed racist and who is now a Biden supporter. So in their eyes, once you're a racist, you're always racist. Even if you become reformed, you still can't interview you. Although I don't think Richard Spencer is really reformed. But I don't think that it's hard to interview a guy who says, I'm not racist anymore and I support Biden. What are you really supposed to debate him on, actually? And I saw that interview and, Richard is just talking in generalities and stuff. So, but that's the thing that tore up the whole behind-the-scenes thing. And, he fired Lush because Lush talked about what they discussed on Discord. And then the accusations came out. So Adam22, whoa. Although I did like how AD was like, that dude gave me my start and everything. And even if he needed something today, I would still, do stuff with him, which is cool and everything because I don't find their disagreement really that, important. So he talked to Richard Spencer. It was 3 white guys, although I think Destiny is technically Cuban. But, he brought Destiny there to debate Richard Spencer. But like I said, it's hard to debate a guy who says they're no longer racist and they support Joe Biden when Destiny supports Joe Biden. So, but I find this whole thing to be interesting, though. Joe Budden. Adam22 is probably mad right now. He's like, wait a minute. I did that interview with Joe Budden, and then the next day on his show, he trashes me and has on a dude who used to work for me to expose me and stuff. Damn. And Joe's just taking a complete victory lap over all of this, by the way. He started a big part of this on his Patreon episode of playing Another One Bites the Dust. So you got to subscribe to Joe Budden's Patreon to check out this, or he's probably going to drop this on his YouTube channel. But let me know your thoughts in the comments.